Even as the 2023 C8 Corvette and the highly anticipated 2023 Z06 might be on the way for Chevy fans who've been waiting for them, one thing many customers or huge fans of the automaker will not want to hear is that they might still not be able to get the car. And even if they did, they'll have to wait longer before their car even makes it to the dealerships. While this might not be an immediate cause for concern for Chevrolet or GM, as they've got a loyal fan base and they still have time to correct their failures with the Stingray and the Z06, one concern they'll surely have to deal with is right in front of them in a year or two, with Ford releasing a new 2024 Mustang that will not only retain its popularity based on its features, but it might just be the option that Chevy fans run over to, should there be any more problems with Chevy's top supercars. The Mustang has been a bestseller for Ford in its category, and even though it's not exactly a top superior option to the Stingray or even the Z06, it could just appear to be that car that is not only available, but also reliable for those who might want to ditch Chevy. But, well, the real question is, does the 2024 Ford Mustang have what it takes against the Corvette? And does it have enough to steal customers from Chevy when it is released? In today's video, we'll be answering these questions and more, as well as telling you what we really think about the competition. Do stay tuned and enjoy. If you're new to the channel, well, this is Cars in Reach. And if you've not already taken the action, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And let's get you going with the latest updates on some of the newest cars in the industry, as well as some other automobile content you definitely would like. Now, let's head back to what we have for you today. Before we head straight into what's going on with Chevy and what makes the Ford a reasonable option to consider, let's first take you through what's in store for the 2024 Ford Mustang in terms of engine performance, tech features, and everything there is to know about the Mustang at the moment. To start with, the all-new Ford Mustang will really be quite the creation from Ford, as the car represents an evolution of the car's iconic design that now features some more impressive design details that makes it all but convincing. The front of the car comes with tri-bar LED headlamps and DRLs that flank the large octagonal grille. The car has also got a sleek roofline and a short rear overhang that has wide rear haunches. To add to this, the wheel options in the car will vary from 12-inch in the base models to 19-inch in the GT, with optional 20-inch wheels also available. The difference between the base model and the top trims can also be seen evidently, with the top model coming with a larger grille, different bumper, front splitter, rear spoiler, and a couple of other less noticeable attributes. However, the base EcoBoost model has a more gentle and simple look. Looking at the car's interior, one thing Ford mentioned about the car is that the 2024 Mustang will redefine the driving experience by offering an immersive cockpit like never seen before. And well, the interior features don't miss, as it's got enough to make you feel like a pilot. Well, not exactly, but that just goes to show how well Ford are loading the interior with features. The 2024 Mustang will feature a completely redesigned interior, with its most noticeable feature being the 12.4-inch customizable digital cluster that also blends into a 13.2-inch center stack. Users will get to swipe through information in real time, with Ford even adding that the customizable displays make use of the Unreal Engine 3D video game technology that will help enhance the user experience. The interior will also come with a new flat-bottom steering wheel with a revised button layout, and even more is that it will feature new cloth seats, with the top trims even getting leather options. The car will also come with what is called an electronic drift brake that will instigate drifts on demand, and this again adds to the coolness of the car, especially if drifting is your kind of thing. You'll also get a Bang & Olufsen sound system, as well as Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Amazon Alexa, and more unique software capabilities. And well, it's pretty safe to say that this is the most technologically advanced Mustang we've ever seen. If you've not already done so, please subscribe to the channel for more car updates like this. Straight into what this big boy will be powered by. The 2024 Mustang will offer a range of engine options, as you'll be able to choose between a turbocharged 300 horsepower 2.3-litre inline-4 in the EcoBoost models and a more impressive 450 horsepower 5-litre Coyote V8 engine for the regular GT model, as well as much more impressive 500 horsepower 5-litre V8 with either a 10-speed automatic transmission or a 6-speed manual transmission for the Dark Horse trim. These figures are pretty interesting, especially for the Dark Horse model when you take the C8 into context, as the C8 Stingray will be powered by a 6.2-litre V8 engine capable of producing 490 horsepower on its own, and 495 horsepower when you add the Z51 option to the car. While this might only be an extra 5 horsepower boost, that might not be a really defining factor to look at, and it does show that the Ford Mustang could just sit with the C8 Stingray even with the added boost. Another interesting thing that we cannot ignore about the 2024 Ford Mustang is the fact that it's got a pretty cool feature called Remote Rev, and what this feature does is let your Mustang roar into life, giving you that sweet sound of the engine even without being inside the car. All you'll have to do is press and hold a button on the key fob, and you're locked in with a smooth delight of your car's sound. With all this said, and how exciting it has been talking about the 2024 Ford Mustang, the car won't be available until the summer of 2023 for the 2024 model year, and there's even a chance that if you place your order early enough, your car could hit dealerships before the end of 2023, and you'd be driving your car around for the new year, which is not the exact same thing we can say about Chevrolet, but well, we're still coming back to that. In terms of price, Ford has yet to release any updates for the car at the moment, though it is expected that it would have a starting price of around $30,000, with the GT trims also having the prices around $40,000 to $50,000. The Dark Horse variant, which is the car that will definitely compete with the C8, should there be any kind of comparison, is expected to have a price of around $55,000 to $60,000, and this again is even going to be lesser than the base $65,995 price of the Stingray. One thing that we've seen with the C8 Stingray since 2020 is how it hasn't really completely come without any issues, and with customers having to make complaints as there's either one thing or another wrong with the car. To add to this, there have been several delays, and even that seems set to affect when customers could even get the car for 2023, though the case is not as bad as the Z06. The 2023 Z06 is without a doubt one of the highly anticipated supercars in American markets, as well as other countries it is to be offered. And while there is a lot of things that just make it great, delays and a couple of problems from Chevy has made the car get less desirable even more and more. Recently, it's been announced that Chevy won't be taking any more orders of the car until next year. And even worse is that they'll only be producing less than 300 cars this year, with almost nothing to be done for the latter parts of this year. To add to this, it is very likely that there will be a shortage of the cars like we've seen with the Stingray, except worse, and this time there'll be a lot of potential customers who will just not get the Z06. And well, this is where Ford comes in. Even as there is still no update as to how many Mustangs will be built for the 2024 model year, it is expected to be more than whatever Chevy already planned for both the C8 Corvette and the Corvette Z06. And when you can't get either of those options, the Ford Mustang could just be the direct choice to consider, especially since it's going to come earlier than you can expect to see either of the Stingray or the Z06, with some customers just receiving their 2021 Stingray more than a year after placing orders. And quite unfortunately, it has been predicted that wait times could be more this time around, with the Z06 particularly expected to be in production till late 2023, even as the more likely competitor for the Mustang would have been the Chevrolet Camaro. Ford's latest updates just take the Mustang to another level, leaving the Camaro behind by more than a mile. The 2024 Ford Mustang might not be a Corvette or a Chevrolet car, but what it is an available option that you won't have to wait long to get. And what's more is that it comes with superb features, especially on the inside, and the engine is also pretty great too, especially with the Dark Horse. The same can be said about the Z06 and Stingray in terms of features, but in terms of waiting times and availability, it surely is something Chevrolet and GM needs to seriously work on, because as it is, we do think Ford will have one option a lot of people will consider, and this also includes Chevy fans. What are your thoughts on the 2024 Ford Mustang? Does it have enough to claim a steal from Chevrolet? Kindly respond in the comments section. Also, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel as well as turn on the notification bell button. See you in the next video.